Coming up on this week's Retro Robbins show, we've got a next game to look at, as well as some slightly more modern games, but still starting to be a bit dated nowadays, and some Crash Smash re-reviews. Crash Smash re-reviews, yeah, I know I did say I was going to touch Crash Smash. So if you like a little bit of retro gaming fun with a little blast of nostalgia for the weekend, why not join me, Wayne, and of course Emo, who's staring at me intensely there, my AI dancing robot, for a great bit of gaming fun. Right, on this week's Retro Robbins show, we're going to have a look at a brand new game for the Spectrum Next, and it'll be an exclusive. You'll see it here first, but possibly second, if you'd attended to the Crash Live 2020. Yes, Matt has finally finished Crash Ship, Cave Rescue, whatever it is, similar to that name. Will come a bit more as I get further on. It'll become self-explanatory. As I trip over my words. We're going to go for some Crash Smash re-reviews from issue 1. Hopefully these are the crashes that were smashes, or 90% or more, shall we say, from back in the day. Do they stand the test of time? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Also, we're going to have a look at some more modern games, including some very modern games that only come out recently. Some not so recent, but still around about 10 years old. Or 10 to 12 years old as it happens. They're pretty good, and I wouldn't like time to forget these particular games. They really are quite good. So I've been playing a few of them, during the week, getting a feel of it, getting already prepared for the show. As always, today's show is run on the Engo, the clone of the Spectrum Next. Hopefully we'll be getting our Spectrum Next very, very soon. Yes, those dates are slowly edging closer. So if you was in Kickstarter 2, you might not have too long to wait, and it's been a long wait, believe me. It's probably not quite as long as the first one, but who knows. So providing sound in the background, we've got the Toast Rack, we've got the Harley Quinn 128k, and we've got the simple 48k Humble Spectrum. We've also got the Commodore lined up to provide some SID music. I've got some more games to review on the Commodore as well, which I'm going to include in the show from now on. So we've got Commodore games coming up too. Right, as you can see on the screen, there's a great subliminal message there. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. So join me now as we go back in time to have a look at the first Crash Smash. I'll flip the whole format round. We're going to go for the Crash Smashes first, and then we're going to have a look at modern games, and we're going to end on something very special indeed from Matt Langley. Isn't that right, Emo? He hasn't started dancing, has he? Yes, got a bit of a Richard Hollins classic in the background here from a game called Football with the Morris, the dog one. I kind of like that one, to be fair. 48k machine. All these three games will only run on 48k. I've tested them on 128k. They don't seem to be compatible, or there are bugs and glitches while you're trying to run them. It's by Quicksilver, would have cost you £6.95, so that's not too bad, not too bad. But this was the early days, so we're looking to use of computer 90%, graphics 95%, playability 90%, getting started 95%, getting started. Addictive quality of 90%, value for money 85%, which happens to be the lowest rating in this issue number 1 of Crash, and overall rating 92%. So that was indeed a Crash Smash, but do it stand the test of time? Will it stand the test of time, rather? Well, we're going to have a look at it, and of course we've got it in the proper aspect ratio today. I've de-stretched the screen, of course. Oh dear. Dreadful. You used to love that when you was young, but not now. It's a bit too intuitive, isn't it? A bit too heavy, a bit too intense, a bit too bleepy. Turn it down. Well, actually, it probably wasn't that loud coming out the actual Spectrum speaker, but now it is. Quicksilver presents, and here comes the name of the game. And I love the intro start to this. Very slow, but worth the wait. The Flea. Right, I have to say, this game has a very intense feel about it straight away. It's not easy at all, but I'm going to get into it eventually. Thousands of years later. Yeah, this is one of the problems you had with this game, is you had to wait a long time before you could actually get started. There we go, finally the intro screen is over, and now we can jump into the game. So there's your keys. You've got, well, what about that? 1 and 0 as jump left and jump right. However, if I could change those controls, I would. Yeah, we've all played this game. Just turn it down. The game itself. With the horrible scrolling mechanic. Considering it was one of the first games, you'll jump down there now, and of course you get your chases. You got your cabins. There's a good demo in this game, so you just let the demo run itself. Gives you the time, and we get to jump left. And we got to make our way up, basically, which is easier said than done. And of course, the longer you press the button, the bigger your jump becomes. So you need to time your button presses to a certain amount, and if you spend too long, eventually so I felt like I only pressed that for a minute and it flew. Oh, I'm going all the way back there, and there's that bird. You've got to try and avoid, else it will catch you. Is it a bird? Is it a seagull? I don't know. An eagle? I can't get up there. Oh, I nearly did it. Let's try the other way. Oh. I'm dead. Well, the question is, would I have given that a crash smash rating? Back then, you've got to remember the hardware was all new to people. Back then, maybe. Right now, no. For what we've had come up and playing, what the capabilities of the machine have been pushed slightly further than this. It's a bit blocky in its scrolling, it's a bit jerky. It's really frustrating to get a hold of this game. It's a great game, no doubt about it. It's nicely colourful as well, but where was the mindset at to make a game out of a flea? Honestly. Do you agree? For me, now, I'm going to give that 6.5 out of 10. Back then, I still wouldn't have given it a crash smash. I'd probably give it, if that, probably 8. But it looks great, doesn't it? It does look great. As always, I know that's going to be controversial. The first crash smash I've written off. Leave your comments in the comments below. Some more Richard Hollins classic music coming in here. High density the game at 48k beeper sound. Okay, next up in the firing line, and see if it still stands the test of time. It's a fantastic game. It's a 3D game. I'll give you a little clue. I'll give you a little clue there, Marlene. Sorry about the impression. Right, would it cost you £6.95? Seems to be a bit of a theme in a standard price. Indeed, it may be. Who knows? Use of computer 90%, graphics 92%, playability 95%, getting started 85%. Yes, I am reading this. Can't remember everything, you know. I can try. Addictive quality is 98%. Whoa! That's quite a bit. Value for money 92%. Overall rating then was 92%. Therefore, it got a crash smash. Even more so that this is indeed a 16k game. Would you rather believe it? Yes, you would. But we haven't got 16k up there. So I'm going to press 48k. However, it will work in 48k. Not sure if it'll work on the +3, +2 though, but I know it worked on the 128k quite okay. We just go and select 48k mode, don't we? Simples. Easy done. Shall we have a look at this game, see how bad it is or how good it is? Does it stand the test of time? Do we still think it fondly today? The game is, of course, classic. I'm going to turn the music down because this has got, it's got the option of Kempston. 1983, really? Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Yep, we're going to go for Kempston. I'm going to use a bit of music and a bit of firing. We can fire, we've got to just navigate between the trees, try and get one of those shoot those little drivers in front, to which a bit easier to hit when you get closer to them. Remember, this game is 16k, right? And wow, brilliant game. Night patrol. I'd never. Oh yeah, can we get the helicopter? Only if it comes down to the horizon, apparently so. Love the graphics of the bikers. You instantly know that they're bikers. Okay, they're just yellow and blue, but guess what? There's no real colour clash, is there? You know, there's no real colour clash on the bikers. They're just cleverly done. Oh, you could play this for hours, no problem at all. And of course, when you hit the tree, you're dead. Oh, we got a tank in the background. So you got a few more sprites. I didn't quite manage to turn that fast enough. You want to go full belt, don't you, really? Okay, the greens, the trees are kind of all the same, but don't they scale up well? Remember, it's 1983. It was 16k. It's a great game. Well, let's be honest. Before we play any further, do I think that is still a crash smash today? Absolutely I do. Come on, 10 out of 10, 16k, very playable, unbelievable game. Love it. I still play it to this day and I still will be playing it. Do you agree, of course? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. 3D Death Chase, what a game indeed. 2 out of 2. Shall we go for the number 3 before we move on to something a bit more modern of the crash smashes? There's no hiding the fact what this game is, but we're going to laugh shitload anyways. What rating do you think it's got in Crash? What was the rating you think it got? Have you guessed it? What do you think? We all know it's Ultimate Play the Game from Ashley de la Zouch, and what a absolutely fantastic game set of developers that company turned out to be. 48k only, couldn't work on the 16k, it was way too large, unlike the game it predecessed, which was the follow-up. This is the follow-up to Jetpack. Jetpack was a 16k game of a miraculous achievement with fantastic playability and still stands the test of time today. Incidentally, I don't want to spoiler alert for future show, Jetpack for me, 10 out of 10 all day week. It's a brilliant game. It's so good. It's got remade so many times. It's just simple but brilliant. Right, so let's go for it. £5.50. Yes, this is the cheapest game out of the 3. As I want my mouth dry. Cheapest game of the 3. £5.50, £6.95 for the American audience. You need to convert that into dollars. I haven't done that for you. The equivalent of that will be around about $10, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. Use of computer 90%, graphics 99%. Surely I've read that wrong. It must be 90. Must be 90. Playability 95%, getting started 90%, addictive qualities 95%, value for money 100%, and I totally agree there because it's cheaper than the other 2 Crash Smashes and this was only £5.50. Would you call it value for money, £5.50? Well, absolutely. Let's zoom ahead to get this game loaded. And there we got the game loaded with the usual choices of Kempston and keyboard as well. And if you notice, because we're in the 48Ks era and there wasn't any 128Ks around then, no AY chip to staying traditional with beeper music, although it's slightly amplified and a little bit of echo there just to give it a little tweak and make it a little bit more palatable to the ear. Well, why not? So we're going to go with this one. We're going to give it a go and give it a quick play, but I know what I'm going to think about this already. It's an absolutely awesome game, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't seen it, well, this is going to be a treat because I'm rubbish at it. So, yeah. Got this guy here. Yeah, it's got a very... And I'm already dead, would you believe it? Would you believe it? Maybe I should just get some Spectrum demos. You have to collect a bomb, put it on the back of your trolley, on your lunar vehicle as well, and then travel. And of course, you've got to fill these things in as well. You can only fill these things in off the back of your van, and I forgot how to get in there. I'm having too much fun just firing the aliens. Yeah, you've got a certain amount of fuel as well, so I mean, is it space or enter to pick up. Enter picks up. Oh, now I'm going to have a hole where I've just dropped that bomb. And I've got a hole right there, so can we get in the van before? So hard. Anyways, you've all seen this played, even though I'm pathetic of it while I'm recording, because I'm trying to concentrate on that and concentrate on what I'm saying to you. Should get a playable demo, why not? 10 out of 10 all day long, without any of a shadow of a doubt. It's a fantastic game. It's not easy to start with, but you get better at it, and I really love the game. Graphically it's fantastic. It's an ultimate game, and it's ultimate in its games. Brilliant. Would I rate it a good one today? Perhaps 9 out of 10 on this day and age, because it's a little bit more simplistic, but for back then definitely still remains a crash smash. So those are my 3 selections of the Crash Smashes that I did a re-review already in such a short period of time. I've managed to get through 3 games. Let's get through a lot more from something a little bit more modern, and I found 1 or 2 absolute gems, believe me and you. By the way, if you haven't guessed the game in the background playing, I'll give you a little thing. Yeah, have you guessed that game? I haven't put as many Easter eggs. I like to hide the Easter eggs around here. Not literally Easter eggs, but little hidden codes and gems for those ones. I like to decipher things that I've put on the screen seriously, to give a little bit of a nod to this, that and the other. This week, because I've been a little bit busy, as you can imagine. Anyway, that's me rambling on. Let's get on with the next game. A brandish, newish one. Okay, I've got to load this at a really fast speed because I'm using a TZX file, and I'm using the Ingo to load it and simulate the loading, because I want you to have a look at the loading screen. Any minute now you'll see the loading screen and the name of the game that we're going to have a little play and give it a little bit of a rating, of course. It is looking like that. The Mojo Twins. I'm sure that's a parody or a play on the Oliver Twins slightly, don't you? They've done quite a number of games, and I've got quite a number of games of theirs to get through and give a review today. I love the loading screen, to be fair. It just looks like they've exploded out of something, isn't it? And they're just flying towards you from the screen in the background. Baddies included. And that is quite colourful and a unique looking game already. So what does the actual game play like itself? Well, any second now this should be loaded. And there we go, we're loaded. Nice little opening scene. 2006 to 2009. The Mojon Twins, is it? The Mojon or the Mojo? Lovely start to a game, isn't it? You press fire on Kempston or space for keys, so whether you can really find the keys, that is not clear. However, I have my trusty Kempston here, which I have fully powered up and I'm ready, raring to go. Starting with the sound of the music. Nice little beat to it. Wow, lovely little sound, isn't it, that? It's absolutely brilliant. It's really hard for you to get a grasp of this, but it's actually in stereo, SID sound, not SID sound, AY tune. And of course you've got parts of the music coming out this side and parts of the music out this side, because I've got obviously 2 speakers for the microphone in order to pick it up nice and clearly for you to hear it. We've got that going there. So it really is a lovely sound. I must use it more actually in the background, because I used to put a lot of sounds in the background. For those that haven't guessed it, Earthworm Jim is the game in the background on the Mega Drive of all the things I'm going to play it on. But that's not what we're not here to talk about. That's just an Easter egg. If no, it's not Easter. We're about to give this game a go. Right, so you can see what you've got to do. You've got a little pattern. You've got to work your way down to the bottom. As you get closer to the bottom, well, the levels get difficult. You've got to grab the cash, as much cash as you can, without dying. You don't want to spend too long on the screen. The screen's fairly... Oh, there you go. You get 2 blows. You can collect your protectives. It looks like a t-shirt, doesn't it? Once you've got it, you can choose either that way or this way to go. In this case, we're going to go to the left, so you'll go down a block. Indeed, that's where we're going to go now. And you can see I've got 3 lives with a score and a reasonably amount of time. So now, if I go out this side of the screen, you will come in that side of the screen. That is going to be needed as you get further down in the levels. It's simple really, you've just got to collect everything you see and not touch anything that moves. Right, I'll get my jacket back. Now that's what, see that ghost suddenly appear then? He's chasing me. What I'll do now is I'll go a different direction and we'll intense the game. Oh, now there's my protective sword. I think it's like a protective jacket, isn't it? Second press, second touch and you're dead. We'll try again. Oh, got 1, 2, 3, oh. This could be the tricky one to collect at the top. Yeah, so you might have to... Oh yeah, I've gone across the top here, somewhere. There I am. Now that ghost's going to chase me, so I've got to find my way around here. Try and get down to the bottom before he attacks me. He homes in on you, but he's not very fast at doing it. Wow, that was close. I've only got 2 lives left, so this could be a short video. Right, this one gets a bit more interesting. You're thinking, well, how do I get up there to get them? Well, you've actually got to jump off the screen here and then jump onto the screen at the top. And I'm going to make this look easy, hopefully. And now, already, we've got that annoying little ghost who's going to chase me everywhere. But hopefully, we should be able to get there before he does. We'll go this way, shall we? It's quite intense. Love the music, by the way, in the background. It does, you know, so when it changes music like that, it does give you a bit of a shock and a scare. Right, jump through there over to that side, that's cool. Drop down there and click that one. What do I like about the game? It's simple and it's easy to work out on what you've got to do. It's very playable. There's such a great variation in different screens. And if you're careless, you die. It's got it all really. I kind of like it. Give it one more go, see if we can get on a little bit further. This is where I come unstuck last time, isn't it? Ah, and I've already lost my jacket. I need to get my jacket back. I should get that jacket back alright. It's like a little shield, isn't it, really? I've got my jacket back in the right place. Right, one more to collect. That mask there, the one that looks will turn into a ghost. There we go. I can only go one direction there. Yeah, and that's another thing. You can only go certain directions at certain times, so you've got to be a bit mindful of that. I won't spend too much longer on it, but you're getting the general idea. We'll lose a few lives here, no doubt. You can see there's a certain amount of time in order for you to do it. Last life, here we go. Here we go, last life, come on, we can do this. Strangely enough, you need to press up to jump. Yeah, you've got an amazing jump mechanic. Love the sprite, look at the size of his boots, man. He could really give you a good kicking, wouldn't he? So I don't know why these sprites are messing with him, to be fair, because he looks fairly deadly to me. I've got to try and get... Oh, he's turned into a ghost. Still chases you though as a ghost. I can go 2 directions this time round. There. I'm addicted. I'm already addicted. I'm loving the feel of it, but we can't... And that's just, I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. It's cracking, isn't it? Right then, graphically fantastic, sounds are brilliant, playability really top notch. What do I think of that game? Well, it's definitely a Retro Robbins special. It's definitely a 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely, 9.5 out of 10. I really got into it, I really played it, worth a shout out. I think it's available on itch on download. If not, you probably can get this game from Spectrum Computing. If indeed I do get time and I don't forget, I will put links to this game below. Do you like the look of this game? Is it one that you might give it a play? Why not plug it into your Next or your retro computer? Get yourself one of these Div MMC's devices and bang it on an SD card. That way you don't have to wait for it to load. But if you like the loading experience, then in that case, get yourself something from, youmakearobots.com and load the original TAP or TZX file in the way it was done back in the day. Makes you appreciate the game more once it's finally loaded. It stops you from resetting it more. Okay, on to the next one. We move on to the next game. I thought I'd give this a little go because it's a little bleeper tune that Richard Hollins has done, and I kind of like these sort of things. This is beeper music. This would be sounding just as good, believe it or not, coming out of your 48K Spectrum. It'll sound very amplified on here, but it doesn't matter which you load it at. It is going to have some border effects. And remember that graphic? I think that was on Hitman and Her. I think I first saw that, or some sort of picture from it was a rave scene in Manchester, wasn't it? At the Hacienda or something. That guy is absolutely buzzing. And he probably be listening to something like this. Ain't that fantastic to listen to the sound of that? The work that's gone into that. Yes, indeed, they have a competition, don't they? Every now and then. But a little less known competition. I think it's held in Russia, of all places, unfortunately. Where everyone puts forward their beeper music and then they vote on who's got the best. And when you get stuff like this come out of it, you have to admire the fact there's a lot of work gone into this to be creative to make this type of music. Yes, it's a bit loud, yes, it's a bit brash, but in the background, does it sound good? Well, yes, it does. And I love the graphics. I just love the graphics of people that put the screen on. Anyway, that's a bit of a side note. Let's have a look at the game I'm talking in question next. You got a brief look at the loading screen there. It's a fantastic little game full of sound. This one, yes. Monster Slayer, and this is from those twins again. Yes. It's always a parody name. But listen, just listen to the music. I need to put it up really loud, really loud. I'm going to bang this up full blast, I think. Oh, don't tell me that's as loud as it'll go. You've got to get this game just to listen to the AY tunes, the amount of AY tunes that are actually in the game that give it some extremely great parody and feel. I'm going to press 2. Yep, we're going to go for Kempston, of course. And then we just press 1 to pay. I'm loving the AY tune. I'm loving the presentation. I think Emo would like this as well. Do you want to dance to it, Emo? Wow, what a bouncy AY. Absolutely top class and brilliant. Love it. Not too much going on. Sometimes there's more with the simplicity of the sound. There's little bits it builds in. It's got plenty of break beats. It's got a full, it's almost a magical composition of a sound. But what does a sound do? Sound inspires you to play a game. If there wasn't as much sound there, you wouldn't feel the game was as good. Wouldn't Manic Miner be as memorable if it didn't have that beeper sound to start with? Yes, you can switch it off and you can play it, but with that beeper sound, it gave it something extra. Now, when somebody takes full advantage of the AY chip and then they take full advantage of a proper person developing tunes like this is what games can be really capable of. It makes them more enjoyable, more playable. Do you agree? Not always the case. Some games are great with just the sound of the racing and effect. Admittedly, I do agree. There are examples, but generally speaking, fantastic. One of my favourite games, without the creepy music in the background, is still a great game. Amaroot. Yeah, fantastic game. But with the creepy music provided with the AY tune, and then it gets a little bit intense at times, it becomes something more than just a game. It's more of a media, it's more physical, it's more intense. It's got, music, they sort of inspire emotions, feelings, everything like that. And to use them in order to promote a game or to play a game, yeah. So let's play this game. So we got a great little intro. We might have to do this in 2 parts because I'm going to be quite long. And yet again, another fantastic tune, and I'm talking over it. And we've already gone 4 minutes and I haven't even got into the game yet. Do apologise. But I'm trying to emphasise there's a lot of work gone into the sound and the sound of the game itself, and I really do appreciate that. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's very well done. And it's quite a long loop every time. So, here we go. We're actually into the game. Finally, we get to play it. We get to see. You can see it's a maze game. It's a scrolling maze game, and we got to collect the keys to get through the next level, of course. And of course, these things here. It reminds me a little bit of Gauntlet, doesn't it? They spawn out that little box there, so if you can get underneath that box and destroy it, you can stop them from spawning. Right. So I'm just going to hold that there now. We're going to go for a little bit longer. Now, one key opens the entire gate. Boom, there we go. Right, okay, so you can see he's spawning out there. Get there quick. And I think that little bottle of energy, there we go, will respawn my energy, which is at 181, now 180. There you go, 205, that's good. So if they're attacking you, you've got to get rid of them fairly sharpish. Just stay on the move. Yes, the scrolling's blocky, but the graphics are fairly good. I mean, does that not look like a forest floor to you? Well, it certainly does to me, and I'm liking the feel of it already. Does, as I say, reminds me of Gauntlet a little bit. As you can see, I need to get rid of him because he's taking my energy rather fast. I'm only coming down here to see if there's any keys around here. There's a key there. So we're going to work our way around that particular part of the maze in order to get that key, in order to open the door, in order to move on further down the level. Right, so I presume we've got to come up this way somewhere. Yeah, we can't get through that because we need a key. We know where the key is. Right, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one to find your route around there. So I've obviously missed an opening or a turning in one particular zone. So I went through there, and what I should have done, he's gone up and around. I kid you. Trees tend to give you a little bit of a clue, a little bit of a pattern. Got to destroy that fast, otherwise you will start losing energy fast. Now if I can get there before he does, we can probably destroy that and hopefully get rid of a few of them in the process. Now if I remember right, there's the key. So we know we can now get to that next gate, and we've got plenty of baddies there waiting for us. At the moment they're all in white, however they change colour. If they're in yellow, then they'll change to white, and then you can kill them. So they take a couple of extra blows when they're yellow in colour. The maps and mazes are very well detailed, very well done. Boom, let's get rid of them. Right, I've got to get above here in order to destroy these sort of oil cans where these, as you can see, they've got oil can on them. Rapid fire is very good. Just keep pressing it rapidly, it will respond. Oh, they took a bit too much for killing that, didn't it? You can see we started to get some brick walls. I think you're going to get that energy, definitely going to get that energy. There's a hell of a load of baddies there, but we can see there's another oil can and there's another key we need to collect there. So in order for me to get into that part of the section, I've got to go all the way through, and I know I'm already faced with a shed load of baddies. There you go. There's a yellow one. Look, he will turn into white. He won't die as easy as the white ones do, but they do die quite easy. Yeah. Rapid fire, got rid of that first one. There's another couple of yellow baddies. Right, good. I can destroy him, then I can get some more energy and get the key, but lose a bit of energy in doing it. And that AY music, is it repetitive? Does it get on my nerves? Is it annoying? No, it's certainly not. It adds a nice little bit of atmosphere, and once again, it is not overstated in any shape, way or form. You know, it has got a little bit of a shorter loop than the other AY tunes that are in the game. However, I do admit, I don't pay too much attention to it. You're too busy enjoying the game itself that it sort of just adds as an atmospheric sort of background to it, if you know what I mean. Well, I won't play for too much longer. I'm going to get off the first level because I've already given this quite a long play. What a game, though. It has to say, what a game. Yeah. I think the key to the game is to keep moving, keep firing, and don't stop. You know, be mindful of where your energy is. Get rid of the oil cans before you get rid of the things that are killing you. Otherwise, you're just going to be throwing a bad idea, because if you're getting rid of things that are killing you, they're just going to keep respawning on you, and then you ain't going to be able to get any further because they're just going to keep coming and you're going to die. Which is stating the obvious, I know, but still I had to state it. Okay, so we must be close to getting to the end of this level. Must be, and I'm looking. I've got 136 health left now already. Yeah, so I've got to come all the way. I've got to whittle in and out, really, haven't I, just to get further. Yeah, get a bit more intensity about it, see if I can get rid of this. Yeah, we're doing good here. We're doing good here. I think I've got a key for that. Did I get the key for that? Yes, I did. I should have actually, before I actually entered that, I should have tried to a few baddies and then try and approach it, otherwise I'm already down to 104. One down, one to go. Still up there. And now we've made it to the exit. And there we go, we've actually got the first level complete. And you get your score, your time, etc., your energy, how many, keys you've got there. High score is recorded, which is fantastic. Let's press another key. Slight change of A1 music again. Bit of a similar tune, but slightly bit more in it, shall we say. The backgrounds will change eventually if you get far enough in the game. But yeah, okay. I think we've spent long enough on this. Shall we give it a rate and then tell you what I think about it? Graphically fantastic, playability fantastic, the actual AY sounds itself go beyond belief excellent. Every level seems to me have a slightly different variation of an AY tune, giving an atmospheric feel to the game, which I appreciate. It's a little bit jerky on the scrolling, but that's to be expected with so much going on for the humble little Spectrum 128K. Very playable, very enjoyable, one I highly recommend, and yes indeed, that is a Retro Robbins special, no doubt about it. Monster Slayer, 10 out of 10. Give it a go. I think you'll find it's a really playable and enjoyable experience indeed. I might stay playing this. Forget the rest of the show. Let's have a few more goes. Only joking. Moving on then. Adjusting the camera there slightly. Right, this next game is an interesting one indeed. It's got a little bit of up and down platform. It's simply these parameters of the game. We're going to have a quick look at the loading screen. We're going to load it. It's 128K and it has a little bit of AY soon, but not much, but just mainly for the sound effects. Game you can hear in the background is the Vampire one. Forgot the full name of it. I'll get it down somewhere. Great little bit from 2020 actually. I think I've reviewed it, haven't I? Using the AGD and AGDX engine, of course, with Alan Turvey and Jonathan Caldwell, development tool that helps you to make games for the Spectrum in this modern day and age. Thanks to those two fine gentlemen there for what they do in the background, which makes everybody a bit of a games creator without having to know too much, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that music, we're talking about this one. So on this game we can redefine the keys, which is a fantastic idea. We can also choose the controls. In each case I think we will choose controls, and you can hear the AY tune of this music has kicked in without me turning it. We had AY flash already. Anyway, controls, Kempston. Okay, two. Kempston, that's fine, that's cool. Right, that's good. We can start that up and we can get going. Biscuits in hell. Only if you get acid reflux, like it's what I get when I have too many biscuits. Yes, indeed, I dunk them in my tea, and I have tea and biscuits, preferably with the chocolate on them. It's a proper yum yum thing. We all do it, don't we? We all dunk our biscuits in, and we all chance it a little bit too long, and your biscuit takes a dive and stays on the top of your flipping tea, and you can't drink it properly because there's a biscuit in the way. It's not as nice, is it? Oh well, you know. Yeah. Anyway, the game. It's got a nice intro. I don't know what's happening there. Things are coming across and it's firing. But generally speaking, I like the fact that the biscuit colour at the top there changes every now and then. Why are you going to play the game? Okay. So, yeah, this guy here. And any minute now we'll start. Here we go. Oh, I had to press B to play. So you can go down and up a level, and you need to collect all the biscuits. And yes, you got that thing that comes flying across the screen. What an interesting death scene as well. 127 lives left. It won't take me long. If I get off the first screen with all my lives intact, I'll be surprised. What I don't like about the game is you've got to press the controls on the keyboard in order to start it before going back to the joystick. And I also don't like the fact that you have to start the entire level again should you die. However, if you go out the one side of the screen, you can come back in the other side of the screen. But you come in on a level down. So instead of coming on the same side, you come in one level down, which can be quite confusing if you're not paying attention. You end up walking into a monster that you think is on the completely opposite side. Anyway, with that said, let's see if we can actually complete the screen. Now we can see the monsters going there, so if I run across, I forgot that colour band called me. See, I was paying too much attention to collecting all the coins itself. Now I've got to keep an eye out for the colour band, so I'm glad that music stopped. It'll give me a chance to sort of, well, concentrate hopefully. Oh dear, I held down on the joystick and that's the reason why I ended up dropping down too fast. Now the music has started again. Strangely enough, we had a bit of a silent period there, which I didn't mind at all because I was in intense concentration mode and hopefully trying to survive. I'm keeping an eye on the colour bar, and once again my sensitive joystick made me jump up a level when I didn't want to. So I am getting really angry and very fast. That's me angry. Yeah, you don't want to mess with me angry because I've got the reset button here again. Okay, right then. Where's that colour bar? Have you noticed they sort of run at different speeds as well? I can see the colour bars coming up the screen. Gotcha. You missed me, colour bar. Oh, what is it? Oh, no! No, no! I've had enough. I don't know whether I like this game or not because it's really hard, but you have to multitask your attention. That's what makes it difficult. You've got to remember that if you go off that side of the screen, you're going to end up a level high. So instead of looking at the same level, oh, that monster's there, you know, you got to remember the monster might be there because they sort of do that constantly. Yeah. Then you've got that thing going across. So you've got two things to concentrate on. Plus, if you drop down, you know, it's really tricky. However, that being said, I have done it. My rating for it, I've got the hiccups. I'm going to give that 8 out of 10. It's pretty good, it's pretty intense, and it's really... I'm only going to be that mean because I'm, well, rubbish at it. I was going to use the same word, and I thought, no, it's a funny show. I won't. Let's have a look at something else. While I've still got some hair on top of my head. I have got some hair on top of my head, honestly. something a little bit different now graphically, but however still as intense, that we're going to load up. Great loading screen, just nice and simple. There it is. Oh, I kind of like that, just don't know why. Great intro screen. Yeah, right, press fire to play and press enter to change your difficulty. Okay, use enter to change your difficulty and press fire to play. Okay, well, I've already got the wire up to the Kempston, but I presume it's keyboard only, so I didn't get the chance. Okay, first level loaded. You're this little device here. At the moment it's a bit quiet on the music. Thought I'd use this one. Triangle, circle, square, playing on the old toast rack in the background. Fantastic game, come out recently. And because it uses the same sort of colours technique as this game, I've decided to use that as the AY tune, hence the reason why it's there. And it's intense enough to be this game. So, here you are. Once you get started, of course. Forgotten it's keys, isn't it? You collect your bullets, which are either side, and then you need to collect as many bullets as you can and destroy the populated type square things which are there. So once you shoot that barrier, you need to get rid of all of them. Once that barrier goes, the whole lot goes. So go up there, destroy everything you can. Yep. You tend to have to face the direction that you're aiming at in order to get any farther. You've only got a certain amount of bullets, so stock up well. Hopefully there's some more still down here. No, yes there is. The secret to this is to get as many bullets as you can before you approach trying to clear the next level. Yeah, that's it. Okay, they just appear in random, and then when we shoot through here, if you notice, if you're firing, yeah, you have to be facing the way you're firing in order to clear the level. Okay, we got that. We're going to stock up on the bullets. Stage clear. That was simple, wasn't it? And I've still got 5 lives. And we move on to the next stage. Okay, so this time we've got to get the bullets first. Those square blocks are what you've got to shoot. Or is it? You shoot that side and this side disappears. Okay, so we know we're going to get some squares. There they go. As you can see, they're populating forwards. Oh dear. And if you don't get rid of them quickly, they will be too many, too fast, and you will run out of bullets. There's a little square at the bottom that tells you how many there are left, which is not good because there's quite a few left. Right, I've got to get some more bullets so they come back. I haven't got many bullets, so yeah. But we are getting to collect a few bullets now. That's good. Now, here we go. As soon as I move into the next section of the screen, you can see we got one coming out here. Be fast, and you might have to exit the screen pretty quickly because you may have to get more and more bullets in order to do it. You don't want to be firing into open space, so make sure you're facing the direction you need to fire at. Ship destroyed. Oh dear, what a shame. What can the matter be? My old man is David Hatterbury. Just rhymed and I finished off. Okay, so we've got to start the entire level again. That is the downside of the game. Shoot this side to open that side. Collect your bullets. And start firing like mad. You can't trick it by staying off the screen because they still do populate the screen quite heavily. See, I was firing sideways there, that's not good. Any ones that left on will start populating fast. I've run out of bullets, so I've got to go and get some quickly, as many as I can, and then we've got to start all over again. You have to be quick, you can't fire into open spaces, make sure you're facing the direction you're firing. And that's where the difficulty of this game is, because sometimes you start firing left and then you try and move upwards and you end up still firing left. And I've run out of bullets again. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I'm taking some damage as well, and sometimes you have to, he's unavoidable. One block left and I'm going to get some bullets. Would you believe it? Now that's going to be a whole host of blocks. Yes, that should be that big clear, cool. Right. We need lots of bullets, so hopefully we'll get replenished here, replenished there. Do these come back? Because they do come back after a certain time. Evidently not. Okay. Ah, found a way around it. Yeah, I've gotten better already. Oh, I've managed it this time round. Okay, that's got to be the stage clear, surely. We'll stop with one bullet just in case there's something I've missed somewhere. Yep, there is. They've decided to approach me in the middle. And they're facing the wrong way. Oh, am I going to get around these lot without running out of bullets? Oh, shoot destroyed! Let's turn that down a bit. It's getting a bit intense, isn't it? Okay, what do I think of the game? I think graphically it's really adequate. It's really enjoyable, it's really intense. It could be just a little bit better. However, I have to say, I don't know if I'll go back and play it because I like it, but not enough to keep going back to it. It might be something I do on the off chance. However, it's got to be a clear 8 out of 10. It's really well done, really great. Got some good AY sound as well in it, so you can't knock that. But no AY sound in the actual game itself, which is the only letdown. If you can see, it's just fire. It's just silent, apart from the sound of the firing. You know, so unless you click bullets, that's it. That's all you've got. And that's the letdown of the game, I'm afraid, is the lack of AY tuning of any side. But maybe by putting the AY tuning it may slow it down a little bit too much. Perhaps that's the reason why they've done it. I'm hypothesising. I digress. Anyways, 8 out of 10, that's what I think of the game. Leave your comments in the comments as always below, and I will try and get back to you. Thank you very much. Look at the loading screen if there is one. Yep, this is the game we're talking about, Saving Kong. This is a bit like Rampage, I think. Now you're King Kong, not Donkey Kong, King Kong, and of course you've got to climb to the top of the tower. In order to do that, you need to, well, shoot the planes. So you need to shoot the planes down from a different perspective. Right, we can see the 3 options there. We're going to go for keyboard. So you're this little target there. We need to shoot them, and every time those planes catch up with King Kong there, they shoot him down. You need to also shoot bullets in order to get them. I'm finding it really difficult to control, to be honest. Yep. I find it really hard to control. I've been lucky to get, there we go, some bullets now. Got 2, that's it, he's getting quite high now. Oh, look. Flying everywhere. Is he going to make it to the top of the tower? I don't know. I've never got this far before. Yes, we've gone up the screen. That's pretty good going. Come on. And he's gone down the screen because I was... And he's going... Down, down, digger and down. Oh, for there, bullets. Give me some bullets. My kingdom for some bullets. There's some bullets. Right, here, guys. You're having it. Give me some bullets, that's it. Oh, this is annoying. How come you can shoot for bullets, but you can't shoot when you've got no bullets? That's it, I've got the bullets just in the nick of time. And all the time you can see my score is going up. And I'm running out of bullets again, so they're just going to bring him down. Drop me some bullets, please. Ah, there we go. A bit late, but never mind. Perhaps I've got to be a bit more mindful in there. Oh look, 3 planes in one go there. I've run out of bullets again. There we go. Bullets seem to come more frequently the lower you get. That's the only thing. It's like a real tease. Come on, King Kong, you can do it. You're such a slow climber. Give me the bullets. I collected them bullets, didn't I? Look, and I've got no bullets again. I'm giving up fast. Help! Help! There's too many planes! I hate that game. Oh dear, what can I say? 7.5 out of 10. Absolutely loved it, really. And very playable, very intense. Not more to it than what you see, but it's very tricky. It's like a little fast arcade shoot 'em up. I don't know where they got that idea from, but I kind of like it. All the games, of course, are available either on Spectrum Computing or Itch, or actually, on this rare occasion, Lee Chop Stevens downloaded a bundle and sent it to me. He's as top man he is, developing a few games, and I'm going to have something very special from him very, very soon. We've already featured 1 or 2 games that nobody else has already seen that Lee's working on, including the isometric of Mr. Hare. He's doing some tireless work behind the scene, creating some fantastic new content for the Spectrum in this day and age, and I take my hat off to him. Not at the moment, because you'll be blinded by the shiny head, so I won't do that. However, moving on now, we've got something quite special and a little bit tribute to Rodger and Ollie, thanks to the courtesy of Matt Langley. What is this wondrous new game for the next, I hear you say? Stick with me, it's coming up next. Monty Honeyrun on the Harlequin in the background. Nice simple AY tune. Probably not suited for the next game we're about to play, but you know, I chose it because I haven't played it for a while and I kind of like this one. Right. Crash Ship Bass. Please watch carefully because blink and you will miss it. Turn this down and touch a little bit anyway, so it'll be annoying if we don't. That is not the finished product. I hence to say that he's working on the music. The music is okay, he's just used another type of music at the moment. However, this will be available, or hopefully will be available, from Fusion Retro Books, the complete game. Hopefully we're trying to work on it so as it looks a little bit similar to what the next Rusty Pixel team are doing with the SD card inside a packaging like that. If we can keep the price down, that is. And I'm not sure how Chris is working it, but money raised will probably go into Rodger and Ollie's charity, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. However, it's not cheap to keep the costs down on these things, so there will be a physical SD card format hopefully available for this game soon. This game was programmed as a tribute, as you can see, for Ollie and Rodger, or Rodger and Ollie, doesn't matter which way around you say it, it's there as it sees. Those little sprites there are the things you've got to rescue. We're going to start, of course, from whatever level you want to start at. You can use the keys QAOP, and that's all you really need, because you don't need to fire. So, without no further to do, and I haven't said that in a long time, let's have a look at this game, shall we? Okay, so you've got a certain amount of fuel. You can see you've got a crash banner there behind you. And I'm going to collect these little items, those little items there. You rescue 3 of them, and then you have to get outside the cave. You should be able to quite comfortably do this without using any fuel. The plane, actually, if you haven't noticed, oh yeah, you can collect tapes. That's it, we've got some fuel. The longer you're on the fuel, the more fuel you collect. One more to collect, that's it, and we're done, we can get out the cave. I'm loving the texture of the rocks, that really does look kind of great, doesn't it? Need to keep an eye on your fuel gauge, which is at the top there. As you can see, it's getting kind of low. That's it. Once you've done it, you've got through that level. It will tell you a little as it's slowly. Are they doing larger a little bit? I'm not. I forgot I've left you a bit of a small screen. There goes by. Tells you how long it took you to do and the 3 different critters that you rescued. Each one of those characters is represented in Crash magazine, and the higher levels you go, the more characters you get. The higher levels you go, the harder it becomes, the less fuel you get and the further you have to travel. I'm going to turn the music off just a moment while we go for another level. You instantly and automatically move on to a second level. In this case, we're going to go to level. We're gonna go up a few levels. Actually, we're gonna go. If you notice, as you change level, the background of the castle will change, and that's the colour of that level. Do you know what I mean? So let's go up quite high. There isn't too many levels, only 65,000. So you've got a few levels that you can choose from. You can start from the most basic level, or you can challenge your friends on trying to complete the best of the levels. In this case, level 50 we're going to give it a go at, and hopefully now you will see that we have a few more of those little things to collect. It doesn't matter which direction you go in, eventually the cave will loop back on itself. And you can instantly see it's got a bit more difficulty about it straight away. We've got a lot more of these to collect. You've got those bonus cover tapes that you can collect, they're just bonus points really. There we go, I've got my fuel. I should have left some of that fuel there. Simply by literally touching them, we don't have to be perfect collision there in order to collect them. You will collect them. And we've got quite a few more to get, haven't we? We've got quite a few more to get. I'm going to keep an eye on my fuel. I've collected all that fuel, didn't really want it. You don't want to be crashing into the rocks, of course. Every time you turn back on yourself, you're expending fuel, and that's fuel that you don't want to expend. This little pink one with wings there, that's supposed to be Oliver Frey himself, which is a nice little touch. And I've topped up my fuel, so I've got plenty to the fuel level. Yes, this is getting quite intense now. I think because we've collected them all, we've got about 8 minutes to go in order to get through this cave to get back to the original opening, which we can do on one fuel tank. No, we've got to just keep going. So let's pause it there. And it crashed. So I'm going to go for a very high level indeed. I'm going to go up to this level here. Something bit, actually, if you could type in the level. Should we try that one? Why not? This is going to be fun. It's going to be a short-lived fun because it's such a high level, but it is a doable level indeed. Right, what do I think of the game? Oh my life. I've just committed suicide. I've got to give that another go. Sorry about that. That was me not putting my foot on the accelerator. There we go. Right. I've got to collect one at least. You've crashed. No! Fancy that. I'm glad you told me that. Try again. Oh! Now the smallest of stalactites, 1 pixel size, you can actually fly through. I'm going to give it one more last try because I'm doing really hard. You've got to be pixel perfect to get through that gap, and that is something I'm not going to be easy. So Yes. Oh, I didn't then. I just died, crashed straight away. Well, at least I got through the game. Game-wise is really playable. Great, plenty to do. I kind of like it. Up until the point where I keep dying very easily at the later levels. The game itself is really well done. Matt has made this game for the Spectrum Next only, and it will be available soon, hopefully, from Fusion Retro Books. We're just working something out in the background to bring it to you. And then eventually he's working on something else as well. That he's been very secretive, this Mr. Matt Langley. Got to keep an eye on him, you know, got to keep an eye on him. He's a diamond geezer. I had a good chat with him the other day. Actually, he really is a nice gentleman indeed. And yeah, so I highly recommend, when this game is and will be very soon available, that you get a copy of it, because it's a real gem. And considering the amount of games that are coming out on the Spectrum Next, you want to get them as many as you can. If we can get it in a crash cover tape type format, but on a SD card solution, just like you can with some of the Rusty Pixel games, that will be fantastic. It'll be one that you will need to add to your collection, no doubt, and one by a fine person who has created this as a tribute to Oliver and Rodger. Crash, well, what was it? Of course, Fusion, not Fusion Retro Books, was it? I forgot it. I forgot already. Anyway, as you probably well know, when you hear that music playing, that usually means it's time to the end of the show, and I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it, that is. As always, I always like to hear your comments in the comments below. I do try to reply to as many as I can, and at the moment it's not too hard because I'm not getting too many comments, but the more comments you leave, the more the algorithm will work for me, and I can bring you some more fantastic and great interesting content, not only for the Spectrum or the Spectrum Next, but for Commodore in the foreseeable future, and in a further distant future I've got some Amiga stuff that's been sent to me. I've got some Atari ST stuff, but unfortunately at the moment I don't have an Atari ST. I will not play these games on emulation. I want real hardware to play them on and to give you the full experience, which is only right, really. Do you not agree? Of course. Well, if you've enjoyed this show, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment, of course. If you didn't enjoy the show, well, thank you for watching this long. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I'm going to be bringing you some more interesting and great content for the Spectrum and Commodore in the future, as I've previously mentioned. In the meantime, depending on when you watch this, from me, Wayne, Retro Robbins, and of course EI, who's decided to jump off his skateboard mysteriously and start dancing, it's goodbye. Have a nice working week or weekend, and I'll see you again sometime in the future. Incidentally, the game playing is Monty Mole and the Temple of the Lost Souls, playing, of course, off the great Toast Rack. Toast Rack, but don't put toast on it. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.